Well, hello, friends. David Nuno here from Des Moines, Iowa, as we get ready for Texas A&M versus Penn State. This is TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. Fun show for you, Nick. We had a little blurry situation started off. I don't know what it was, but we got it going after a while.
Yeah, I think it was just y'all were sitting too far back, but we figured it out, working out the kinks. Got 2 more shows from the wonderful hotel room in Des Moines, Iowa. So looking forward to that. Hopefully a fun show on Friday, because if it's a happy show, something good happened on Thursday night.
Let's hope so. So on the program today, we had Logan stop by the hotel. We kind of broke down. It's interesting. I can talk myself into and out of confidence when it comes to games. That's just what I do. I kind of look at numbers, and Logan gave me this look like, dude, don't worry. And I love that competitive spirit from a former player and also a guy who understands this team. So we broke it down with Logan talking about Penn State. Bronny joined us for recruiting country. We had Kendall Rogers on. The Aggie baseball team beat U of H yesterday. They got LSU coming ahead. So it's a loaded TexAgs Rewind. Check it out. When we talk about what A&M does well, let's talk about the obvious. They're a very good defensive team. They force turnovers, right? Very good rebounding team. They get fouled a lot. They hit free throws. What else am I missing? Very good guard-oriented team.
Yeah, they get a lot of penetration. Now, they don't always finish, but they can get to the rim. They attack the rim. As we know, they draw fouls. They make free throws, play good defense. They can be streaky from the perimeter, but you don't want to go into a game thinking, okay, I need A&M to make 10 3-pointers, because although they can, that's definitely not the recipe for success.
So where's A&M vulnerable? I've brought up a couple times this week, length, like that's where they're vulnerable.
Yeah, I think when you go back, a lot of times when you see where they lose, they're having trouble getting to the rim and drawing the fouls and scoring inside, because Alabama is huge inside. Arkansas was really big inside. Teams with length. I don't know how much if Kentucky fits that, but I know
they're big though.
They're big. Schwebway's not a big shot blocker, but he's a big 6'9" guy in there. They have a guy, I can't even tell you his name right now, but who's bigger than him. So yeah, length gives them trouble.
I don't want to say they're vulnerable to giving up threes. I think that plays into what they do.
Right. And it's a head scratcher sometimes, because you think, okay, that's what you want them to do, but they give up a lot of them. Now,
they do.
Game to game. What did Alabama have, like 8 in the last game, something like that? And most of them were in the first half. Hell, most of them were in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, there was a bunch in there.
Guys, for y'all that are listening, text in ideas for me. I am staying at the Longhorn Team Hotel.
Oh, this could be a great topic.
I am staying. That was not planned.
It just happened.
We walked in and there was nothing but Longhorn memorabilia or stickers or whatever you call them, and burnt orange and white, which is funny because it really wasn't burnt orange. It was just orange and white balloons.
Right.
And that's going to make them mad. Like, this is Oklahoma State. This isn't us.
Right.
Which, it's okay. Yeah, I am staying at the hotel. So any thoughts or ideas on how I should act the night before their game?
Well, I mean, if you accidentally are really loud, you have kids, right? So if
let them run around. Hey, go play tag. Go play tag in the hallways.
Okay, go to the 8th floor and just run up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, I've said this once or twice this week on the air. I'm going to say it in front of you. My wife went to Texas, okay? Mm-hmm. I think she's more Aggie than Longhorn because she's lived in College Station now for almost 2 years this time, and another stint with me. She spent every weekend of college, right? She doesn't really care about Longhorn football or sports or whatever. She cares about her degree, and it's her university. But I asked her, I go, what happens if A&M plays Texas, right, in the second round? And she goes, I'd probably have to root for my school, don't you think? I go, no. And I go, let's just, first off, let's be honest. Who pays our bills?
Absolutely.
Texas A&M. What is UT doing for you? Nothing. And if you try to put any propaganda into my kids' minds, we have a problem, young lady. And I think she's, because I go, okay, here's the one. Do you know one player on the University of Texas? No. Do you know anybody on A&M? Yes. Okay, there you go. You root only for A&M.
Yeah, certainly the ninth inning makes you feel a little bit better about it. But, man, that's 8 in a row. That's 10 of their last 11 in the win column. Jack Moss continues to hit the ball really hard. He had 2 hits last night. But even when he's getting out right now, he's hitting the ball really hard. I thought it was important for Ryan Targach to drive in a run on a breaking ball in the ninth inning. He's going to see millions of them this year, and they're only going to get better in terms of quality as the conference play starts. But U of H has been kind of, when they go down there to play the last 4 or 5 years, it feels like A&M doesn't play supremely well there. I know they won a regional in that ballpark, but I went back and thought about they won that regional, and I didn't think they played real clean in any of those games. Things kind of broke their way back in 2017 to win that regional. But I feel like that's a ballpark that A&M goes to and doesn't play super well at. They didn't play great through the first 8 innings last night. Hunter Haas made 2 errors, his first 2 errors of the season. No big deal. Those things are going to happen. Nobody's going to field 1,000% on the season. But you just didn't anticipate them happening on a turf field with as good as he's been defensively. A&M only had, I think, 2 hits, maybe 3 hits through the first 8 innings. And then in the 9th, they go inside the park, homer from Haas, Moss singles, Bose triples, Targach singles. And so, they're showing signs of what we saw last year where they can just ambush you like that in 1 inning and put up a crooked number. But when you look at the season up to this point, and that the theme of my article this week, I don't know if you saw it, was here's what we think we know, but on the other side of this conference stretch over the next month, we're going to really know a lot more. But what we think we know is that this team is pointing in the right direction coming off of that rough week against Lamar and Portland, and then you get blitzed by Louisville and Houston. Since then, they've responded as well as you would hope they would respond heading into this conference slate. So competition's about to ratchet way, way up. If you want to have any confidence about the LSU series, David, I suggest you don't look at the numbers that LSU's been putting up over the last week or so, maybe a little bit more.
Hey, I saw this note that you had, and I know you got it from another tweet, but did I read it correctly?
Yeah.
There are 1,000 more homers roughly
Yes.
this point than last year?
Yeah, so our partners at 643 Charts, they've been tracking this for us all year long, like the number of home runs. Yeah, I mean, we're almost like a home run per game over the average from last year through 4 weeks of play. I mean, it's astonishing, really. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a combination. I don't think there's any doubt from talking to pitching coaches around the country the ball is hot right now. I still think we're using the Major League ball for a few years ago. They took off a commission. I think the other thing for me is it's been warmer. I mean, if you look around the country, it's been much warmer, so far this season. Go figure that it's going to get cold this weekend for opening, weekend of SEC play, but it has been warmer nationally. So I think that has contributed. And the fact of the matter is, more pitchers are throwing harder. And when you make contact against a guy throwing 95, which is, pretty commonplace these days, it's going to go further. So I think it's a combination of factors, but there's no doubt. I mean, we're playing with a hot ball, and I kind of wonder a little bit if teams have kind of figured out how to tweak the bats, or if, bat companies have figured out, hey, we can kind of toe the line here on, what's acceptable and what's not. And we've kind of found, the right formula in terms of the makeup of the bat to get right there on the line.
We're talking to Kendall Rogers here. Kendall, what about A&M recently? Look, a lot was made early on when they had those struggles, and I understand why. They've won 8 in a row, games that they should win, but that's hard to do. It sets up the biggest showdown of the year, though.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, I think when you look at A&M overall, I mean, I still, for Jim Schlossing, you're still looking at your offense and going, hey, I'd like to see a little bit more out of this group. But, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is, and we all kind of knew it's going to come, but, you look a couple of weeks in the season and guys like Austin Boats are hitting, 143 or 153. And you're kind of thinking, okay, we really need this guy to get going.
All right, Nick, I'm going to have you close it out for us. Tell the people what to do.
All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe on TexAgs.com. Watch our rewinds. Order Nuno maybe like a ring light or something so he can look a little better when he's in his dim hotel room.
Dude, this is a ring light. You can't tell the ring light's on?
Really? No way.
Yeah, look. Watch what happens if I don't have the light on. Let me show you. Boom.
Oh,
Now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, comment down below how stupid I am. Thanks.
Yeah, comment below. And by the way, Dominic Kirk on the show tomorrow, thanks to Logan. So we'll have that. See you then.